So I'm sitting there having my first cup of morning coffee, and I see this TV commercial. And if for no other reason than, I'm not making all of this private equity is coming into your market, home services companies stuff up online, I want to share the commercial with you. Check it out.
Tired of HVAC technicians selling you things you don't need? Call Louis. We've been locally owned in Central Iowa for more than a century, which means we're free from private equity pressures. Unlike other companies, our licensed technicians don't work on commission. They prioritize what's best for your home, not what's best for their sales quotas. In other words, when you call, you know you're getting real, honest service. No sales pitches, no gimmicks.
Now, setting aside a branding critique of the commercial, which, by the way, if you're an HVAC company and your colors are red and blue, we can help you. But private equity has brought a very specific playbook into the home services market. Bigger budgets, more repetition, cleaner production, a lot of the same promises, just a little more of it, maybe a little louder. And it works. That's why it tends to spread. They're spending a lot more money. But here's what I find interesting. The markets you're in are starting to recognize this pattern in this message. Homeowners can feel when something sounds cookie cutter or national instead of local. They can feel it when it's inauthentic or not connected to their community. And this commercial, this spot, I think is clearly starting to push back on that. It's trying to say, hey, we're from here. We're not one of those roll-up companies. We're part of this community. I don't think that's random. That is a response. A lot of the independent companies I talk to and work with are realizing they can't outspend the PE machine. So they're trying to out-relate it. I think that instinct is right, but there's a part of that equation that matters. Simply getting on a TV commercial and saying you're local isn't a strategy. It's a sentence. And if you're gonna compete against scale, you need depth and you need authenticity. That kind that shows up in how you hire, your customer experience, your brand voice, your truck wraps, and most importantly, the leadership within your company. Private equity wins with capital and how efficient it is with that capital spend. Independents win with emotional equity. And if you try to compete using the same playbook as private equity, you'll always just be a smaller version of them. I think it's time to run a different playbook. Stand out.